Warning: the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hey guys, I'm He Who Reviews, and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be my first Marvel video on the channel, and I'm delighted to say that this video is going to be on Loki Season 2 and why you should watch it. But before we get into it, I just wanted to do a quick preamble, or pre-video if you will, saying that there will be more Marvel content coming in the future, because there's a lot of Marvel stuff to talk about. There's been out recently coming out, and a few things that I do want to talk about, because I think they'll be interesting. So if you like Marvel content alongside my Doctor Who content, and you've been enjoying the content I've been throwing up recently, then please subscribe to the channel, because there's more Marvel content and Doctor Who content coming very, very soon, alongside some DC stuff as well. Anyway, that's enough preamble. As before, I'm He Who Reviews, and welcome back to another video. Let's get into it.
This video is going to be on, as you can see from the title, basically any reason I can think of as to why you should watch Loki, and there are a lot of reasons, but I'm going to try and convince you to watch it without giving too many spoilers, and hopefully I succeed. So why you should watch Loki, or more specifically Loki Season 2? Well, I think the first and most notable reason that will strike a chord with many watchers here is that recently there's been a lot of MCU criticism that I think is valid about everything being a bit too big when mixed with Disney Plus and cinemas, and everything basically not mattering or not really understanding where the hell the multiverse saga is going for phase 5, 6, 7, however long it's going to be. And not understanding the mechanics of Kang, why we should care, and all that lot. Well, first and foremost, Loki, as a Disney Plus series, does matter to the greater whole of the story leading up to Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, although I think from recent findings and reports, if they're to be believed, Kang Dynasty isn't being called Kang Dynasty anymore, and new writers are coming up onto that, so it looks like they may be moving away from Kang ever so slightly, but this is definitely relevant if you wish to explain and understand the multiverse saga, explain what Kang actually is, and how the mechanics of the TVA and the secret timeline and all the stuff they set up during Season 1 and seem to be the backbone of the multiverse saga actually works, its rules, its consequences, its definitions. It's there, it's relevant, and it's fucking good and well written as well. Which saddens me if they are now moving away from Kang, whether it's because of this Jonathan Majors legal troubles or something else, because it's like, oh great, you finally explained it and made me care, and now you're moving away from it. Oh bloody hell. Hopefully they're not moving away from it, and act as if they aren't until proven otherwise. And even if they are, and this is the end of Kang, what we get in Loki Season 2, without any spoilers, I'm okay with that, because what we get in Loki Season 2 is awesome. But it matters, it has relevance, and it actually explains the multiverse saga's greater purpose in a way they really haven't defined some rules or some explanations up to now. And so I recommend you watch it for the sake of story relevance, because we don't know whether they're dropping Kang or not at the moment. We're at a crossroads. I'm assuming they're not until proven that they are, though it does look like they might be. Other reasons, well, frankly, Tom Hiddleston is having a blast and really, really selling his variant of Loki here, really selling the development, the humanity, the relationships developed throughout the TVA, Mobius, Sylvie, all of the best characters are back and really, really giving their all. And because of the character-driven nature and the way that Tom Hiddleston is really having fun with the character, but also giving the character-driven scenes such emotions, some of the best scenes in this show, though there are a lot of action scenes, and they really do fix Loki's power crawl problem, I'll come on to that later. Though there are a lot of action scenes and very much the Marvel action footprint, which is a good thing in this case, is on this show, what you really, really get is really great character moments, and some of the best moments are when characters are just sitting around having a conversation about the emotion of what's happening, about their different perspectives, about the emotion of things that may have been left off between, say, Loki and Sylvie or Loki and Mobius throughout season 1 and season 2. And it's just it's so good. The conversational scenes not only have relevance and you should be paying attention, you can feel the emotion, you want to be paying attention, and this has really, really reignited a fire under my belly for Marvel stuff. Tom Hiddleston's performance here alone is good enough, but the character-driven performance from everyone else that seem to be electrifying, and they are really doing their all, giving their all, and everyone seems to care about what they're doing, acting-wise. It's so good. Character-wise is great, but Tom Hiddleston especially is giving his all and having a blast. So there's that, and it's just good, man. Good character performances, and I could go into more depth, but I really don't want to. Fear of spoilers, because I'm not going to spoil everything in the video trying to convince you to watch it. Other reasons. I said I would move on to this later. It's later. I might as well move on to it now. Loki's power core problem. There were a lot of, I would say, valid criticisms of Loki Season 1 being Sylvie's clearly the better version. Sylvie is more powerful or gets more powerful feats. Tom Hiddleston, being in his Avengers 1 incarnation, is shown to be petulant and less powerful because of his petulance. Therefore, watching Tom Hiddleston's Loki isn't as interesting as it has been in the past. Again, I would say that criticism is partially valid, not completely, but partially. And they fixed the he's not as powerful as a god problem here. I'm not just talking about the ending, for those of you that have seen the ending, and I won't be spoiling it here. I am talking about throughout, like, look back at some of the powerful feats he uses, showing that he really is not just a guy that likes to cause mischief, but the god of mischief and the power level of a god. Again, not just talking about the ending, the power crawl and balance between Loki and Sylvie's powers, which makes sense that they would be balanced because they are variants of the same character, really works well here and really shows Tom Hiddleston to be formidable as a Loki on his own. And there's so many interesting action scenes with him, so many interesting, powerful scenes with him. Again, not just talking about the ending, where it really shows it off, and it shows that the writers of the show not only care, but listen. Another reason why you should watch the show, for Season 2 especially, is the new writing team. I initially thought a new writing team means it following on from the first season is going to be convoluted, or at least definitely messy. You'll definitely be able to tell. But this writing team does such a good job. They care about the characters. They care about every variant or every character they introduce. It feels like nobody is wasted. Not every character's motivation or indeed power set is completely explained, and I'll come on to the intrigue around that, whether flawed or otherwise, in a minute. But what's probably not in a minute, actually, probably in another video, actually, I think that would be better there. So there are characters I want to talk about in more depth where their power and intrigue isn't fully explained, but that is a minor thing, and I think it's not fully explained because potentially they did talk about there's more story to tell with Loki. We might get a season 3. How likely that is with the ending, I'm personally not sure, especially if they are moving away from Kang. However, if this is all we get of Loki, if this is where he is because of this season, because of season 2 of Loki, I'm okay with it, and I think we'll definitely see Loki again in some other iteration, which is another reason why you should watch Loki, because we'll definitely see Loki again in some other iteration. And I know what people are going to say that have seen these interviews. I don't think this is a spoiler because I'm not spoiling what actually happens, but warning if you don't want to talk about any interviews Tom Hiddleston has done as a result of the ending of this series. He basically said it's a bookend to 14 years, and I'm thinking of saying goodbye, but I'd be a fool to say goodbye because you never know. And people have taken that to mean, oh, he's basically done as Loki after what conspired in the ending. No, I don't personally think that. I think that's film speak for I'm definitely not coming back for the big stuff. But I think logically, if you see where this ended, again, not spoiling the ending, he is coming back for the big stuff, in my opinion. I'm not going to talk about the ending any further, but the ending is definitely another reason why you should watch Loki. It's so well put together, not just for the ending, but as a lead up to it. If you like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff, that's another reason, because the time travel mechanics not only are explained here, but are shown off to a full, fun, playground level degree, and it works so well. Not just that they explain Kang's motivations here and explain more about the multiverse saga, but to expand upon that point ever so slightly, they show off Kang variants in a way that makes me care about those Kang variants. Whether that be older variants of Kang, or variants we've seen before that come back. Jonathan Majors, regardless of his legal troubles, regardless of what you may think of the guy, just as his acting here, making you care about Kang variants finally, which I think a lot of people really couldn't with Quantum Mania, and he did look weaker in that. I do agree with it, regardless of the fact that I do enjoy that film where others don't. I think that genuinely it made you care about the Kang multiverse war that was talked about in Season 1. It made you care about the possibility of Kang variants showing up and what that might mean, because it gave you Kang variants that you spent time with. It made me care about some of the Kangs as well, like just genuinely as characters. So, Jonathan Majors is acting his heart out here, regardless of what you think about the guy personally. It makes you care about Kang, and it actually gives direction, setup, meaning, caring, and so much more to his character that I don't think was fully there before. And finally, as for a reason you should watch Loki, I think I've said finally in the last one, but finally, it's probably, without hyperbole, one of the best, if not the best thing the MCU has put out in the last 2 years, in the whole of Phase 4, leading through to Phase 5 at this point. It's great, it's got rewatchability, and if you like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff, and you like Loki Season 1, you'll love Loki Season 2. It carries on so well, there's so much depth, and other points I could talk about, but that will get into spoilers. And I think I've gone into enough spoilers for a non-spoilery video about why you should watch it already. I think I've avoided spoilers mostly, but to avoid them more, I'm going to shut up now. So that's why you should watch Loki. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? If you've seen the show, let me know below in the comments. Just please don't post spoilers inside the comments, because that's not what this video is for. As I said, there are other character things I want to talk about with Loki Season 2, so I'll probably make another video on it relatively soon. But that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You can go now.